Marvel fans, buckle up on this one. Massive news coming out of the Hollywood trades about Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. This stuff is absolutely crazy. I'm still processing this. I'm going to go over the article. I want to talk about the implications and all of that. But I also want to say, I said in the last video that there's some evidence, there's some rumors. If you sort of read the tea leaves a little bit, Marvel's changing and maybe a lot more than we thought. And that it looks like at San Diego Comic-Con next Saturday, Marvel Studios may well present a completely new look at Marvel. Like, basically everything is about to change. The Russo Brothers are back, baby! Okay, so we're looking at a crazy article here in the HollywoodReporter.com, but I do want to give credit to John Roca and Jeff Snyder. They were in the process of breaking this. Like, it was going to be on the Hot Mic podcast, and I think people at Marvel saw this, and they scooped them. So the Hollywood Reporter literally scooped Jeff Snyder. And it says here, Marvel shocker, Russo Bros in talks to direct next 2 Avengers movies. And they say exclusive here, probably just as a dig to Jeff. Just when you and the Russo brothers themselves, quite frankly, thought they were out, Kevin Feige is pulling them back in. So let's read from the article here. It says Joe and Anthony Russo are assembling a team once again. The Russo Bros are in early talks to return to Marvel Studios to direct not just 1, but the next 2 Avengers movies, sources tell the Hollywood Reporter. The hiring ends a months-long high-stakes search by the studio for filmmakers to oversee the 5th and 6th Avengers movies. Multiple names were in contention, including Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy, who was offered the gig. Sources say the talks are in early stages. The move also marks a homecoming for the Russo brothers, who jumped from the world of TV comedy on shows like Arrested Development and Community to blockbuster movies a decade ago with Captain America: The Winter Soldier. In total, they directed 4 of Marvel's biggest and best-regarded movies, going on to helm Captain America, Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame. Combined, their Marvel films grossed $6.681 billion, with Endgame standing as the number 2 movie of all time globally with $2.79 billion. I'm going to jump down here to this part here. It talks about like what the Russo brothers have been doing, but a lot of us already know. The 5th Avengers movie was previously titled Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, and it was to star Jonathan Majors as time-traveling villain Kang. But Marvel cut ties with the actor after he was convicted of assault and harassment in December. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings director Destin Daniel Cretton was once attached to direct Kang Dynasty, but he departed a month before Majors' conviction. The feature is expected to get a new name and a new focus. Now, this last paragraph here is actually really interesting because they're saying some wild shit. Now, they're not saying it's in the movie, but it's just weird that the Hollywood trades would even put this into it. Okay, so anyway, here's what they say. The 6th Avengers film is Secret Wars, which is a storyline the Russos have long talked about wanting to adapt. The pair of 1980s comic book series focused on an all-powerful antagonist known as the Beyonder, who in the first installment pitted Marvel's heroes and villains against each other on a planet known as Battleworld. A 2015 revival serves as the climax to writer Jonathan Hickman's own multiverse saga, which has already had elements referenced in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. In Hickman's Secret Wars, all of Marvel's multiverses are destroyed, with the remnants surviving on a single planet ruled by the villain Doctor Doom. Okay, so this is absolutely nuts, dude. I was saying for months and months and months that the move was to go with the Russo brothers. We'd even heard that they were pitching to Marvel. Apparently, Marvel initially said no to their pitch. And the truth is, I was even told that there was some beef between Russos and Feige, and there were like a lot of reasons as to why this wasn't going to happen. But I continued to say then, and I believe now, that if Marvel Studios is willing to put aside its initial plans for Daredevil Born Again, because they just recognize that fans would like the old version of Daredevil from the Netflix shows, that kind of shows Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige like getting over their own ego and their own vision for something and just understanding what the fans would go nuts for, which frankly has often been the North Star for Kevin Feige. Like, I've been following this stuff for like 7+ years, guys. I'm telling you, the guy likes to do what the fans want. And he'll also troll us a bit with weird stuff like Ralph freaking Boner, but for the most part, Feige understands what fans want. He has his finger on the pulse of what would make nerds be really excited. And to me, it just didn't make sense that we weren't willing to go back to the Russo brothers, right? Like, if that's the new mentality for Kevin, and I've kept hearing that, like, Marvel's changing stuff, I just didn't understand. I was like, okay, well, if they're changing it and they're going to, you know, admit that stuff worked before, then, dude, go to the Russos. And I cannot believe that they are actually doing it. This is unbelievable. It feels like I'm getting everything I want as a fan, right? Like, legitimately, this is nuts. Oh, and to take it even further, going away from Kang, brilliant move. Dude, that's the move, man. And that's been something I've been trying to explain ever since the Jonathan Majors thing was happening. Like, legitimately, guys, I have been trying to say for over a year now, maybe even over 2 years at this point, that what was going on with Majors was a blessing in disguise, in a sense, because Kang was lame. And what they were doing with Kang was lame. And it's just the facts that they have so many cool Marvel freaking villains. You're cracking open the multiverse and you're gonna do the same character in all of these different multiverses. Oh, and by the way, he's lame. Oh, and also that last paragraph of the Hollywood trades feels kind of like a wink behind the camera at fans that have been closely following all the leaks and rumors, because they mentioned the Beyonder. I think the Beyonder is still in both Secret Wars movies, and essentially that will technically be a Kang variant, but it's not Jonathan Majors, and they're definitely going away from Kang and the Council of Kangs, it would appear. And the article mentions Doctor Doom. How interesting. There have been scoopers teasing out Doctor Doom as a major player for Secret Wars since pretty much around the time that Marvel started to fall off and Kang started to be absolutely goddamn ridiculous. And then, of course, Jonathan Majors gets into a bunch of trouble. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. I'm telling you guys, this is incredible news. Marvel is absolutely back. Oh, and by the way, this might not even be the extent of the crazy stuff that is going on. There are people out there continuing to tease that Sean Levy did not go to make his Star Wars movie, but instead has signed up with Marvel to do something else, X-Men. And so with the Russos coming in, it is very possible that Avengers 5 is literally Avengers versus X-Men. They're going to do something X-Men with Sean Levy. Feige might literally just be like, you know what? F it, bro. Let's go X-Men. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Some people wait forever. Okay, that's all I've got for now. This is absolutely crazy goddamn news. Shit. And I'm sure more stuff's going to be coming out in the next couple of days. I'm doing an emergency stream over on the live streaming channel. So by the time you watch this video, there will probably be a stream up that you can watch where I'm just going to basically talk like this for like an hour or two. Because holy shit. And I'm telling you, do not miss the San Diego Comic-Con stream. We will be live on Twitter, Twitch, and over on our streaming channel. It's going to be massive. Marvel is changing everything. That feels to be what's happening. And I can't wait to talk about it with you guys after we get more announcements next Saturday at San Diego Comic-Con. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.